Hi everyone, my name is Ben and I'm the co-founder of Ascent Finance, where we built free debt calculators to help people understand options to get out of debt cheaper, easier, and faster. Today, we are going to cover PDS debt. I love to dig deeper and understand what exactly companies do. Also, this video is just for informational purposes only and shouldn't be construed as financial advice. Now, I learned about PDS debt, also known as Purity Debt Solutions, from a friend who heard of it on a podcast. So I wanted to do a review to show you what I've learned so far. The friend immediately asked if I knew of them, and I was surprised because I had never heard of them. I've been in the debt industry for many years, so I immediately wanted to study who Purity Debt Solutions was and what product they offer. So I dug in and found a YouTube ad for PDS debt that stated that you can get a 0% interest for anyone struggling with debt, and there is no credit score requirement.
PDS Debt rolls all of your payments into one low 0% interest monthly payment, and there is no minimum credit score required.
Wait, what? I checked recently and found that I have an 817 credit score, and there's no way I can get a 0% interest loan. So what actually is this company offering? Let's jump in. Now, from my initial research, it looks like PDS Debt uses YouTube and podcasts to market its 0% interest option to consumers. That said, I believe that the product PDS is marketing is also called debt relief, also known as debt settlement, where your accounts go behind and then a company tries to negotiate the balances of your debt for less. It's got a lot of pros and cons, and you may want to consider watching my entire video covering debt relief to see if it's interesting to you. Now, one thing I'm not a huge fan of is in this marketing is because they say interest, and interest is often what a lender charges a borrower and is a percentage of the principal, the amount loaned. PDS does not appear to be lending money here, so why is it saying a 0% interest in its ad? In addition, I believe that PDS may refer you to such providers as Century Support Services, which is a debt settlement company, and may be compensated for the leads that it sends in some way, potentially on qualification or as a per lead basis. But PDS appears to have amazing reviews about the onboarding process, but it could be helpful to read specifically about Century Support Services reviews if the representative refers you to that company, because that may be the company that you're most often working with. That said, let's next talk about debt relief companies, because not all debt relief companies are created equal. When comparing debt relief companies to work with, you may want to look at the following. First, if you have received a quote, you may want to take a look at a debt relief fee estimator to compare how much you're being charged to how much another company is going to be charging you, so you can compare the fees. I added a link in the description below that can help you estimate that. Second, if you haven't gotten a quote, you may also want to check out a free debt options calculator to get a price estimate for options such as nonprofit credit counseling, loans, debt settlement, etc., where maybe your accounts do not fall behind and you don't have the risk of being sued. Debt settlement can be a great option for some people, but I think it's important to understand all the pros and the cons before going right into it. Third, it could be helpful to understand the BBB reviews and the BBB complaints of the company you're being referred to. By looking at the BBB complaints and reviews, you can see assessment of what the experience may be like if you actually joined a debt relief program and what it is compared to other companies. Okay, next, let's look at the PDS reviews. Purity Debt Solution appears to have really solid reviews. Many people may have this feeling of weight being lifted off their shoulders when they join a debt relief program, so it can be hard to understand how these reviews work if PDS is a referral service. That said, PDS does have incredible reviews, and it reminds me of Turbo Debt Reviews, which I wrote about a while ago. Let's first look at the Google reviews, then BBB and Yelp. According to Purity Debt's Google reviews, the company has 4.9 rating based on over 1,100 reviews. What was interesting was I was able to find specific Google reviews, but I wasn't able to find the base Google My Business page, which has all of the Purity Debt Solutions, despite so many attempts. That said, it's clear that the company does have Google reviews because I clicked on them and it took me to Google itself. Overall, I was confused where the other reviews may be, but it does look like they do have good reviews on Google overall. Second, BBB reviews. According to BBB, PDS Debt is a BBB accredited institution and has an A+ rating and has a 4.97 based on 149 reviews by the time of this video. In addition, BBB states that the company is located in Eden, Utah, started in 2019 and has been accredited since 2021. Finally, let's talk about Reddit reviews. I like to look at Reddit reviews as a way to see what others state, and here's what I found. Again, I put these links in the description below if you want to look at these yourself. The first Reddit review I looked at appears to be the same hypothesis where the individual was referred to another debt settlement company that is negotiating the debt. The second PDS Reddit review I felt was more negative, but it didn't feel necessarily geared towards PDS debt as much as it was geared towards debt relief. The third PDS Debt Solutions Reddit review I found, another negative review, but it wasn't necessarily about PDS debt as much as it was just about debt consolidation, debt relief companies. Finally, the fourth PDS debt review I found on Reddit I found was the most helpful, where the person said they actually spoke with a representative at PDS. The user initially discovered PDS through an ad on the Y Files YouTube channel. They filled out a form detailing their debts and set an appointment to discuss their options. In the call, PDS outlined the program, which started by advising clients to pause payments to creditors. Now, this pause may be crucial for leveraging future negotiation, but may also result in a credit score drop, which some clients may find challenging. I like that they include that information because some people may not even tell you that the credit score is going to drop. Next, Five Lakes Law Group, which may be the company that PDS refers people to, established an escrow account where clients deposit a fixed monthly amount based on their total debt. Instead of making payments to the creditors, clients pay into this account over a period between 12 to 48 months. The purpose of this account is to gather enough money to negotiate settlements on the client's behalf. To minimize collection calls, PDS or Five Lakes may provide a contact number to share with the creditor, so all the collection attempts are redirected to them. After enough funds are accumulated, PDS Debt or Five Lakes may begin negotiating for a lower lump sum settlement with creditors using the escrow funds. While the credit score may be impacted, and feel uncomfortable, it may be essential for reaching a reduced settlement amount. So my conclusion, my hypothesis is that PDS Debt is most likely a marketing company that sells leads to debt settlement back-end providers that actually negotiate your debt. I got this information from multiple reviews, and especially the one from Nicole, who said that her experience with AmeriCorps had been very positive. So it could be helpful to know where PDS Debt refers you to specifically if you end up going with them, to understand what the reviews of the program that you're going to go into. Hopefully this is helpful. Please message me or comment below if you have any questions whatsoever, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.